Hello, I'm Adriana. I'm a SoulPath Mastery Teacher and Guide, and today I have a message for Aquarius. This is for Aquarius Sun, Moon, or Rising, also possibly Aquarius in Venus. No, Venus in Aquarius. Oh boy, I hope I'll be able to speak coherently for your reading. We're going to look at you and someone that you're in a relationship with and this spiritual lesson that's going on behind your interaction or your deeper relationship right now. Okay, ready? Spiritual lesson, 5 of water, you 4 of earth, the other person, the star, and then the hermit for the advice. Interesting. Okay. Now I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to give you the traditional message of the 5 of water, and then I'm going to sit for a second and see what channeled information wants to come through. So when the 5 of water shows up in this spiritual lesson, it's asking you to look at not cups that are spilled, not the glass half empty, but the glass half full. Look at what you have to look forward to in the future, not what you lost. 5 of Cups usually comes at a moment of grief or sadness because something hasn't worked out for you. There's been an emotional loss, and an emotional loss that you're very upset or sad about. But the beauty of the 5 of Cups is that there is always hope waiting in the future. The traditional imagery has 3 cups overturned and then actually 2 cups right side up, and that symbolizes a new relationship or a better stage of your relationship. So it's kind of like, don't look at where you are, look at where you're going. Now, beyond the meaning of the card, is there anything else? You know, I feel like for you, Aquarius, right now, it feels a little bit dark. It feels like there is no hope, or that it is just kind of heavy with you right now. And that's not just in your head, that's real. So it's going to take a lot more effort to, I'm having a hard time talking actually, because it's like this lump is sitting right here. It's going to take more effort to find that lightness, to find that security and that certainty that you know that there is something better, that there is a better future waiting for you. And you can ask for more help from your angels, from your guides, from your ancestors. I do believe someone is there trying to remind you that, look, this isn't it. This isn't just, this isn't forever. There's also a sense that, you know, not only are you alone, but that you've given up a lot. And you feel that after all you've given up, you shouldn't be alone anymore. But no matter what you've done, the other person still goes off with someone else or still pays attention to something else other than you. And it's that loneliness that's also, even though the heaviness around you is real, the loneliness is contributing to that heaviness. And you are represented by the 4 of earth. And in this energy, are you trying to lay a foundation, or is this the other side of the 4 of earth? What's happening here? You know, the sense I'm getting is kind of blood from a turnip. You're trying to get blood from a turnip, or that old saying, like, you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. You can't make something happen that just won't happen. There's a bit of a reality check going on here, that you're trying to do something, and it's either the wrong season, the wrong timing, or just it's not going to work this time. But you're still holding on to that idea. You're still holding on to the possibility that, yeah, actually things might change, or they might turn around. Now, interestingly, the other person is showing up as the star, which leads me to think that there would be a reconciliation, which is funny. But the star also says that the other person is concerned with their own healing, and they're actually a lot more hopeful about the future than you feel. I don't know that. See, if this were a different reading, I would say they're bringing you hope. Can you tell me a little bit more about the interaction between these two? I just need confirmation one way or the other. Okay, Queen of Air. All right. So there is a distance, there is a separation between you two. And it's funny because the star actually is associated with Aquarius energy. So this might be another Aquarius or someone else who you're in an Aquarius relationship with. But I think they're really focused on their own healing. And the other thing that's coming through is that they don't see things as heavy or dark as you see them. This is a lighter, more positive, more optimistic energy that doesn't go to the dark places, that doesn't go to what may be wrong. And sometimes in a relationship, and actually in your journey with yourself, you have to go to dark places in order to make healing happen. If you never go into the dark, if you never go into the depth, there can never be any healing. You just end up, I've got one on, you just end up putting band-aids on yourself or on the situation. And even though this person is a very positive, flowing kind of energy, there is a detachment between the two of you, and they don't fully see things the way that you do. They don't see things to the emotional depth. However, they are not concerned with hanging on to reality. They're more concerned with their inner world. And the advice is interesting. We have the Hermit, which means that this is a healing time for you. This is a time for you to not seek a coming together. This is a time for you to really get clear about your own inner knowing, about your own inner guidance, and to understand. She's clothed in this really dark, like these dark wings. So I feel like there's something about embracing in order to heal, embracing the dark in order to heal. But there's something else wanting to come out in this card. You know, again, I feel this despondency, and I'm feeling like it's coming from the Five of Water, but it's almost like it's swamping the Hermit. Instead of looking at this as a positive time to self-reflect, there's a tendency to want to go into the heavier emotions about what it means. What's going on with the Hermit? Okay, what's coming through strongest is that there is a guided reason for both of you to be self-isolating right now, for you to be isolated, for this other person to be isolated. And that means also from each other, to just be in your separate hermit caves and not try to be bringing about any kind of reconciliation at the moment, or compromise at the moment. I feel like the advice to you, Aquarius, is let go of this hold you have on what reality is and let yourself go inward. And having lightened up from that, which you've been afraid to let go of, having lightened up, I think that you're going to get some strong clarity about who you are, what you want, and what are those hopeful things waiting on the horizon? What are those Two of Cups there? Is there anything else you want to tell me about the Hermit? High Priestess. Okay, that's confirmation. This is another inward card that asks you to listen to the inner voice, that asks you to listen to your intuition. And the reason why the focus is inward right now is because I believe there is a big intuition, there is a big knowing coming your way. But if you keep your focus where it has been on the external, how can I make the external work? Then you're going to miss this insight. So this is about turning inward. This is about listening, turning inward, and being open to receiving that information. Now, I would love to tell you what that information is, but in all of my readings, I really strive to empower you to listen to your own voice and your own guidance. What I'm here to do is illuminate the context and give you a different way of seeing it so that you can connect to that inner authority. And this is a perfect example, Aquarius, of how it's supposed to go. Setting up the framework for you, showing you why it's really important that you stay inward right now, that you take time out to meditate and clue into what your small inner voice is saying, because that is much more important than what's going on in the outside here. This brings you the clarity and healing. This brings you the stagnation and the frustration. Okay, if you have any questions about that, please reach out in the comments below. And if you're looking for additional soul guidance, soul, mind, heart, body guidance, please do check out my website, soulguidancewithAdriana.com. There's also a link in the description below. And I offer a lot of different ways for you to learn how to align with your inner compass. And I'd love to work with you on that if that's something you're looking for. So look forward to seeing you soon, Aquarius, and have a good one.